Hello. Hey. Okay. Let's put that on. Protect myself from the EMFs. A little bit. I don't really care, to be honest with you. Just looks cooler, I guess. Still attached to the body and how I look in Valley. Ah, kind of. Anyway, I spelled that wrong. Toxic Parent. Really simple yet simple. Very powerful yet simple book. Yeah, I want to do a video on toxic parents. What a word, huh? Toxic. Toxicity. There's toxins everywhere. But there's also such a thing as toxic people. I like that word. It's quite triggering to normal people, especially to people that are toxic that don't know it, and if you call them out on it. Toxic. No one likes to think that they're toxic. Tell you what, though, even I was toxic in some points in my life when, for example, I remember as a teenager when I was going through the shit, my trauma, I remember sometimes the cool kids at school, I'd be around them sometimes, and they were so positive that I couldn't handle being around them. Just got one or two references I'm thinking of here as I'm saying that, and it made me uncomfortable to be around positive people. I was toxic. We all are when we're damaged. But the problem is that a lot of us, the few of you watching this, you're going to have toxic family members, if not toxic parents. What does toxic mean? It means they passed on their traumas that they are not aware of onto you, and it's fucked you up as a kid, which now means, probably if you're watching this, that you can go on the journey to untoxify yourself and realize that part of your healing is due to the toxic family relationships that you had, particularly toxic parents. It's mad. Anyway, I'm rereading this book. I first came to this book in 2016. I was in Mauritius, where my dad's from, and I got this book out from a library, a charity shop there for like very cheap, 20, 50p. And I read it because I liked the title, and I was like, yeah. I took it home, I lost it, but I remember reading it that time in 2017, 5 years ago. By the way, it's an old book, 1989 it came out. And I was blown away by it, blown away by the simplicity, because the way I teach and understand is I'm never going to be complex. I'm so simple. Maybe I'll get more depth in the future, but how I see things and explain it to others is a very simple way. And this book explains, I love simple books, but deep and meaningful too, to just say it as it is in a kind of deep yet simple way, just like I think. And this book really does explain it in a beautiful, simple way. There's a lot in here. I've only just started reading it. But it's amazing. I remember the first time I read it, I was like, "Oh, there's my dad." But then there's other people's dad. Oh, there's the other dad that was missing. There's the dad that's abusive, belting their kids, mate. So it's not all about acts that they do, it's acts they don't do. Some in here as well, the bit I'm reading as well, there's the kids that the parents force you to be the adult, whilst the parents are the kids, and they aren't emotionally available for the kid. There's a lot here. Let me see if I can read out a bit. There's two bits I wanted to read out. Should have saved this really. Do a post on it tonight, a little one, because I really would encourage people for a deeper yet simple understanding of what's going on with your parents or your family members to read this book. It's got a lot of case studies. Pretty much every avenue of fucked up parentness that we've all experienced comes in a bracket of this, and the ones that aren't your parents, you'll be able to relate to and see. Oh, that's my friend's parents. Oh, that's my friend's friend's parents. They're all in here and explained so simply. But yeah, I mean, see if I can find it. The myth of the perfect parent, exactly. The power of denial. Parents have. Oh yeah, I'll read this bit out. Yeah. As hard it is, don't speak ill of the dead. As hard it is to acknowledge the harm done by a living parent, it is infinitely harder to accuse the parent once he or she is dead. There's a powerful taboo against criticizing the dead, as if we were kicking them whilst they're down. As a result, death imparts a sort of sainthood to even the worst abuser. The deification of dead parents is almost automatic. Unfortunately, while the toxic parent is protected by the sanctity of the grave, the survivors are stuck with the emotional remains. Don't speak of the Dale must be maybe a treasured platitude, but it often inhabits the realistic resolution of conflicts with dead parents. Absolutely. And this one, it talks about how um, ultimately some of us become defenders of the toxicity of our parents as we become adults and can't see the damage they've done to us, and we defend them and we go over the top in our defense of our parents, even though they caused a lot of trauma to us. It's mad. I've been there too. What the hell are we doing? If we are defending them all the time and not, then we are not acknowledging what they've done to us and the harm. The child always blames themselves for whatever happens um, in family situations. That's another quote there. I wish I could remember this one. Wait, let me see if I can find it. It's really simply put. I love this book. Really recommend it. Really do. Um, I don't think I'm going to find it. It's about divorce. How the child will blame themselves if their parents get divorced. The child doesn't know any better. You don't know any better when you're a kid. Now we do. Now we have full empowerment to improve and grow and understand the triggers and traumas that were given to us by our parents, who we looked up to. We was too young to realize and to take control of our lives and our destiny and transform slowly but surely over time. Now we do have the opportunities, especially with social media, especially with books, especially with the people above us that have been through exactly the same things as we do, who are our role models, whether that be online, the real world, or both. Now we have the opportunities to take that. But as a kid, you don't know fuck all because your brain's not developed properly. You have to have trust, full trust in your parents to look out for you. It's their responsibility to feed you, to give you shelter, but beyond those basic needs, to give you to allow you to be seen, to allow you to be seen and heard and understood and unconditionally loved. Those are the responsibilities of the parents. But if a parent is struggling, unself aware, unhappy, not living a life on purpose, they're going to project their unconscious self hate and trauma onto the people around them. That includes their partner, which means divorce rates are high and many relationships are unhappy and non sexual. But it also means that any kids brought up in that environment due to toxic parents, it comes out on the kids. And that's how we end up where we are as warriors, healing ourselves for the collective cause. And in the future, if we ever do decide to have kids, not to do to our kids what our parents have done to us through full self awareness that our parents and our family relations have fucked us up. And it's books like this that we know this stuff, but it describes it in a way you're like, oh, reconfirmation of the truth explained simply and also given to you other context. This will bring you compassion. This is like the Gabor Mate stuff, reading this book. The Gabor Mate compassion for the addictions that people go through when they take heroin, cocaine, the addictions of homelessness. You know, all homeless people have got so much trauma. Yeah. Toxic parents. Almost every homeless person has got a toxic parent. That's what fucked them up. But we've got the opportunity to grow from it. And it's powerful to understand the mechanisms of your parents and other people's parents so that you don't repeat the mistakes. Because you won't, but it's just nice, isn't it? So yeah, that's what I want to say on that book. Really good book. Really important topic, Gabor Mate. Toxicity, trauma, the levels of which we've been fucked up. You have no idea. Psychedelics will carry on teaching me that the levels of fucked upness within me and other people, you guys, is very dark and very deep. But it also means there's a great opportunity to grow a lot because there's so much work here to be done. So much. It's what makes life exciting. Learning. Yes, Heather, nice to see you. A vicious cycle indeed, which is being broken, by the way, by each one of the people watching this and books like this. They really do break the cycle. It's awareness to break the cycle. And by the way, I keep thinking about the trauma happen. The Gabor Mate quote I posted from the Wisdom of Trauma, which is a good video, recent one Gabor Mate made, like a documentary, and he said in that trauma isn't what happens to you as much as what happens to you, and you're not being seen. You feel like you're not being seen and heard while something shitty is happening to you. Like you're not getting the love you need from your parents, your family, the understanding, the unconditional love. Bad things are happening around you and you feel like you're not being seen and heard. And other people, like your parents, can't see and hear you because they're fucked up themselves. It's not their fault in a way. We can't see other people when our mind's fucked up. We become selfish. You become, in a way, egotistical with low self-esteem when you're fucked up. When you're fucked up and the pain is so bad, get this, when the pain you're going through is so bad that you can't see it because seeing it is too fucking painful. If you don't see the pain because it's too fucking bad, you're going to project that pain onto other people and the traumas onto other people. Step number one. As bad as it is, what you've gone through, you have to see your fucking pain and not lie to yourself. And that's what toxic parents don't do. Because it's so fucking bad. And it becomes a habit. Projecting their traumas onto everyone around them, the ones that we love the most. Have you noticed how strangers are always nice to each other? Even if they're fucked up people. You notice that? We only fuck up the people that are close to us. People that are close to us are the only ones that really know us. So within a family unit, parents and children, yeah, we don't really know a stranger, but we do know our parents. Parents, people that we're close to, those are the ones we hurt the most. It's always the way. But then, when we heal, we have the most influence over the people that we love. We are within our vicinity, our parents and our family members. That's why it's so important what you do. That's why we say that it's healing the ancestral line, healing your parents. By being you, you're breaking the cycle. You are a role model for your parents often. By the way, they might never admit that consciously, but you are, unconsciously. And we all know, karmically speaking, if you are healing yourself, when it comes to the Akashic records and all that's been done, you'll be fucking proud. You've already done it. So yeah, cheers, Stacey. Appreciate that. Cheers, Aiden, for watching too. Thank you. I'm not awesome. I'm just a human, just like you guys that are fucking sharing my little bit of wisdom and knowledge onto the other people. I would add that psychedelics are amazing. Took them a few days ago to about 1.51 G, very small amount of magic mushrooms. Very healing. Everything we do is healing. That one upgraded me. I noticed. I'm definitely high on that. Yeah, Yasmin. You know about the magic mushrooms. It's funny, that synchronicity. I didn't even know you'd commented, Yasmin. Don't know if you're still watching, and took some out. My friend gave it to me recently, and I delayed it for 2-3 weeks. Very little. My brain's rewired again to another upgrade for Harry. Seeing things more clearly. I actually got some wisdom downloads from that I didn't even see, as smart as I like to think I am without them. Amazing. I feel sorry a little bit for people that don't want to do psychedelics. Because it upgrades you faster than almost anything I can think of in the physical health realm. Sacred plant medicine, isn't it? So that's good. Really powerful. I wouldn't have seen some shit that I'm thinking in my mind. That really powerful stuff to do with my toxic parents if I hadn't taken it that time. It was great. I took a microdose. Didn't take a macrodose. Because a microdose allowed me to function and interact with my parents, and in a playful but a different vibrationary state, which made me realise, oh, here we go. Interesting. So yeah. Alright, peace. Definitely check out this book though. It's very cheap on Amazon, £5, £10, I don't know, $1,000, $13. Really good one. I know that everyone here is going to relate to it. Not too complex. I like simplicity in my life, but things spelt out with no fucking bullshit. I know each one of you is going to relate to this one. It's good. It's really important, this topic, because it's kind of why we're here. So yeah, appreciate it, everyone. We are fucking special, Stacey, and mad love to you. Appreciate everyone watching. Keep doing what you're doing. Ultimately, last message to leave you with: don't blame other people for what they've done to you. Let's get to a place of compassion and sympathy and love, even if they're dead. It ultimately wasn't their fault. Just be happy that you understand the mechanisms of which they fucked you up, and you won't pass that on to other people, because ultimately you're healing yourself and understand the mechanisms behind what they've done, their actions. As long as you heal yourself, you heal people that are close to you, but on a collective level, you heal everybody. So yeah, enjoy. Peace.